Hello everyone, my name is Vanilma Songsangi and today I will explain in simple terms the research onion that is illustrated by Dr. Haley Stainton. This builds on from the concept of research philosophy, giving the simple analogy of a tree which demonstrated how philosophy is inherently linked to research design. What is the research onion? The research onion was developed by Saunders et al. In 2007 to describe the stages through which a researcher must pass when developing an effective methodology. The research onion is basically an extension of the research methods tree as shown in the following figure. Layers of the research onion. As you can see, there are different layers to the research onion, the premise being that you can start from the outside and peel each layer away until you reach the core. These layers are broken up into 6 main areas, namely research philosophy, research approach, research strategy, research choices, time horizons, and techniques and procedures. I will explain what each layer means below. Firstly, research philosophy. Research philosophy refers to the set of beliefs concerning the nature of the reality being investigated. It is generally examined in terms of ontology and epistemology. Epistemology is what constitutes valid knowledge and how we can obtain it. Ontology is what constitutes reality and how we can understand existence. There are two main positions considered here, known as positivism and interpretivism. This underpins the qualitative versus quantitative debate, often referred to as the scientist versus deductive debate. Research approach. Research approach refers to the approach that the researcher takes, which can largely be described as either inductive or deductive. As we can see from the figure, the deductive approach starts small and gets bigger. It starts with a specific hypothesis or hypothesis that has been developed based on information or patterns that have been observed by the researcher. It then seeks to test this hypothesis and develop a broader theory from it. The inductive approach is the opposite. It starts with a broad theory and then focuses later on the smaller, more specific details. This is sometimes referred to as a move from the specific to the general. Typically, a deductive approach is associated with quantitative research, and an inductive approach is associated with qualitative research. Research strategy. The strategy layer of the research onion refers to how the researcher intends to carry out the work, that is, what method of data collection will be used. Choices. The choices outlined in the research onion include the mono method, the mixed method, and the multi-method. The mono method involves using one research approach for the study. The mixed methods require the use of two or more methods of research and usually refers to the use of both a qualitative and a quantitative methodology. In the multi-method, a wider selection of methods is used. Time horizons. The time horizon refers to the time frame within which the project is intended for completion. According to the research onion, there are two types of time horizons, namely cross-sectional and the longitudinal. The cross-sectional time horizon is when there is a preset time established for the collection of data. A longitudinal time horizon refers to the collection of data repeatedly over an extended period. For example, when a person reaches a different age or different seasons throughout the year. Data collection and analysis. The final layer of the research onion is techniques and procedures. This is the section where you should make explicit exactly how and why you are undertaking the research. This can be referring to primary data collected first-hand for the research project, or secondary data that was collected by somebody else and subsequently published. You will need to make your research design clear with valid justifications for each stage. This provides a framework which includes the considerations that led appropriate methodology being adopted, the way in which the respondents were selected, and how the data will be analyzed. It will also cover research samples in this inner layer of the research onion. A sample is a representative segment of a larger population. In this instance, it is referring to the people who participated in your study. You will need to explain who was selected and why, supported by sampling theory, which you will find in most research methods textbooks. The reader will also want to know about your sample size. Lastly, it is worthwhile addressing the ethics of your research in this last section of the research onion. This demonstrates that you have been an ethical researcher and that you comply with any regulations set upon you by your university. So that sums up the research onion. Thank you.